Gold and silver making new all-time highs. I'll explain. Plus, I share some awesome show and tell from a subscriber who sent it in. If you are watching this live, good on you. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part straight away. But because you're watching it live right now, you get to share everything that is awesome with Good Morning Stackers, your daily live show all about gold, silver, economic news, all that sort of stuff. With me, Joe Main. I've worked in the Australian bullion industry for 11 years, been a stacker for longer than that. In the first minute of the show, we do the synchronized slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage, I don't care what it is, and we slurp it synchronistically. I can never get that right. We do viewer shout-outs, we do comments, all this sort of stuff. Then we look at the price of gold, silver, platinum. We'll look at the price of silver in Australian dollars, plus a little bit of Fibonacci as well. Got to explain something. But here we do, synchronized slurp in 3, 2, 1. So much to talk about today. Gold, new all-time highs in USD. Silver, new all-time highs in Australian dollars. So we'll do gold analysis, silver analysis. We'll look at both in Australian dollars as well. There's a little level in between, which I was talking about. We'll talk about in a second. We'll do some shout-outs, and then I'll show you some awesome show and tell that someone sent in. 236 subscribers. That's nearly 20 more. 15 or 16 more than yesterday. So thank you to all the new subscribers overnight. Great to see you. Let's do some shout outs. This is how it works on GMS. Everyone says here on the live show, you say GMS. That's what you do in the morning. So get a black coal, a few shout outs, and then we'll get to the day's stuff. GMS. Well done, Tony. You won the bet by 12 p.m. yesterday. Yes, poor Joe. I lost a bet. I made the stupidest bet. Yesterday's show, we talked about the dumbest bet that I ever made, that silver wouldn't hit 48 Australian dollars by October this year. And I just don't know what was in my head. And Tony won that, absolutely. So David Williams says, yep. Pete Repeat again says, yep, always does. Still hit 48.47, I think, at one stage. Yep, new all-time highs for silver in Australian dollars. We'll talk about the gold in USD as well. It's pulled back a bit though. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Ozguy says GMS from Sydney. I won't hold that against you. It's the Melbourne-Sydney rivalry. I actually lived for 6 months in Sydney, so yeah, I can say it with confidence. Melbourne is so much better. Is white wine acceptable to slurp? Look, as I said, I don't judge. I don't judge what you. What you choose to slurp in your own time, Ozguy, is your business. So we were a non-judgmental people here. What adults do, what consenting adults do in their own time is their own business. So if you want to slurp whatever you want, that's up to you, my friend. Kane Friday is in the house. Let's see if this air horn thing works. Tell me, does this come through when I press it? Watch. Did that come through? Did you get the sound effect of boom, boom, boom? I think you did. Kane Friday is in the house. Good to see you, mate. Fantastic. Kane's followed me. He's like a little puppy. Kane's followed me. I'm just joking. Kane's followed me through different bullion dealers and their social media channels and all that. So it's good to see you, Kane. On the channel live as well. Alan G says GMS, everybody. Ozguy, can you explain the Fibonacci that you refer to? Apologize for the spelling. I will explain, yes. In the gold, silver, platinum analysis, I'll talk about Fibonacci. Yes, I will. And David says, it's a long way off 50 US dollars. Silver is in USD, yep. The all-time high. So how can it be an all-time high in AUD? David Williams, it's a long way off 50 US dollars, the all-time high. So how can it be all-time high in AUD? David, I'm presuming, where are you from, David? Are you from Australia or are you from the United States or somewhere not within Australia? I'll explain that. But silver has made new all-time highs in Australian dollars because, yeah. So maybe tell me whereabouts you're from. Don't give away too much information, but are you in Australia or are you not in Australia? So those are the shout-outs. Let's go to some quick, of course. Sydney. Oh, no, David Williams is in Sydney. So let me explain that. So let me go back. It's a long way off 50 US, the all-time high. So how can it be all-time high in Australian dollars? Because the Australian dollar floats against the US dollar, And now we're seeing new all-time highs in Australian dollars. Yeah, it's a long way off, but because the USD floats against the AUD, and there's been some massive changes since the peak of US dollars, the peak of silver in US dollars in 2011, the previous peak. The Australian dollar has been steadily weakening and weakening and weakening against the US dollar. Therefore, you're seeing the price of, it gets so confusing, you see the price of silver go up in Australian dollars more than it's going up in US dollars. So that's why we're seeing new all-time highs. I'll show you the chart in just a second. But of course, what I need to do is I have to share the screen because I have to show you today's special. Get rid of that. You don't need to see that. I'll show you today's special from Perth Bullion Exchange, my brand partner. And today's 24-hour special this is an awesome coin. The 2023 2-ounce Royal Canadian Mint Ice Age series, the Sabertooth Cat 2-ounce coin. Now, it's a 24-hour special at $4 Australian off per coin. And so, again, already a great price, normal prices, but again, 24 hours because Perth Bullion Exchange just launched brand new business on May the 1st. So they're doing 30 days of specials. And this happens to be day 21. The specials are coming up to an end soon. So you might want to jump on these. Beautiful coin. Look at this. I just love Royal Canadian Mint stuff. It's just amazing. This Canada 2023 fine silver 2-ounce. Have you ever had a 2-ounce? Here we go. I'll show you in just a second. And then, of course, Queen Elizabeth. 2023. Yeah. So the Queen Elizabeth effigy on the back of the Royal Canadian Mint. Again, it's from 2023. The Ice Age series right there. So that is, again, 24 hours. And if you buy 20 or more, I'm going to refresh that screen for just a second. If you buy 20 or more, you're going to get free shipping because Perth Bullion Exchange is the first bullion dealer in Australia to offer free shipping when you buy over certain amounts. It's literally the greatest thing I've ever heard of from a bullion dealer since some bullion dealers started paying spot price for metal. Interestingly, and it's nothing to do with me. It's nothing to do with me. Well, actually a little bit to do with me, but maybe nothing. The first company I worked for, bullion dealer, was the first company to offer spot price for buybacks. Then I moved companies, and then that company took over the mantle of being the only one to do spot price. They still do it now. I don't work for any particular bullion dealer, but Perth Bullion Exchange is the second company in Australia to offer spot for buybacks, but they're the first company to offer free shipping on over certain quantities, and don't need that many either. You can buy a tube of maples, 1-ounce maples, and get free shipping. You can buy 3 1-ounce gold bars and get free shipping. It's just crazy. Anyway, so that is that. What I want to show you here is that's a 2-ounce coin, and I'll show you right here. I'll get rid of this. Let me get rid of that. There we go, right there. I've shown this before, but this is also a 2-ounce Royal Canadian Mint coin. So it's a similar size, etc. I'll see how close I can get. Come on, there you go, right there. So that's a 2-ounce silver coin from the Royal Canadian Mint. That's the goose right there. A goose right there. So that's the similar kind of size and diameter, etc. you're going to get from the saber-toothed tiger. And again, on special from Perth Bullion Exchange. David Williams says, so you're saying it's because the AUD is so weak? Correct. Yep. AUD has weakened quite a lot. LNG, Wolf Webb says GMS, and LNG says the last comment before I get to the gold, silver, platinum analysis, we'll start with silver today. Maybe it's just due to PM prices going up, but I've noticed various specials, not just at Perth Bullion Exchange, but other dealers too. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, they all trying to be competitive. It's great to have more competition and good deals out there. Competition makes any industry better. When an industry competes with each other, when they're allowed to compete in a capitalist society, then competition makes everything better. When you eliminate competition, what happens? People get lazy. When you eliminate competition, people get lazy. They get complacent. I'm going on a bit of a rant here, but that's why communism doesn't work. There you go. Socialism and communism doesn't work because you're removing competition and you're removing the human incentive for profit. and blah blah blah. So you guys are all capitalists, so I get it. So that is the first bit of the show. We've done shout outs, we've done all that stuff, including the synchronized slurp. Time codes. Let's take a look at the price of silver. We'll do silver in Australian dollars first, because silver has made brand new all-time highs in Australian dollars. Then we're going to do looking at gold making new all-time highs in USD. But let's take a look at silver. Let me get over here and share the screen. Got to share the screen. Let's go over here and here. Now, we are looking a little toppy at the moment. Looking a little bit toppy, but let me just show you right here. Can I share the screen now? Here we go, people. There you go. Silver in Australian dollars has made brand new all-time highs. Boom, boom, boom. DJ air horn. Boom, boom, boom. Hopefully that actually comes through. So let's take a look at it on the monthly quickly, so you can see what's going on. So this goes back to all the way to 2006. I don't have a longer historical chart for the Australian dollar price on this particular website. We're using the tradingview.com website, and we're currently at 47. Where are we? $47.64, but we had a peak of over $48, and that's when Tony won the bet. Tony Peterson, over $48 to $48.50 Australian dollars per silver ounce. So congratulations to all. If you've been in, much lower, congratulations to you, just very quickly. If you rode the wave from here, I started stacking in 2010. So around about here, around about the $25, $26 mark, I rode it all the way. I did sell some little bits here and there, down here, but I've ridden most of my stuff. I've ridden the way and bought more, of course, along the way, but ridden this wave here and all that. And now we're at new all-time highs, and it's just great to see. So congratulations to all. But we're new all-time highs, and there's a couple of things I want to show you. First, I'll just quickly show you, go back to the daily and just show you where we came from. And you can just see here, we had this move up to the $46 area, all the way back down to that $40 area, which I've been talking about. I've just removed the horizontal lines for now, but they were pretty clear areas of support. And just in the last number of days, couple of weeks, we've seen a peak just yesterday. After yesterday's live stream, we peaked at $48 and something cents, $48.50 on this particular exchange right here. It's the silver AUD OANDA one, whatever that is, right there. So maybe a little bit higher for you in whichever chart that you're looking at. But here's what we need to take note. Number one, great to see that we're in Australian all-time highs. This is a quick move back up after such a long move. So we have a big move, quick move, then a quick move down, and then another pretty quick move back up. We are on the relative strength index already back into extremely overbought on the daily time frame. So look, the next couple of days, it wouldn't be surprising, particularly because we have this peak right here, this little spike here. Most of the time when you see a peak like this, a wick, see that? So we closed here, but we had a peak all the way up to 48.50. You're going to see some red days. That just signals to me that we probably will, more likely than not. So I'll give it more than a 50% chance that we see at least one red day, maybe two, or possibly more. But I don't think we break new all-time highs today. Happy to be wrong. It'll be great for everyone, but I don't see that. But we are already in extremely overbought on the daily. On the 4-hourly time frame, yeah, look at this. So right down here, see that? We had that move. We've gone into extremely overbought time frame, and we're already ticking down. And you can see right here, it looks like a little bit of a kind of head and shoulders on the relative strength index on the 4-hour. You can see there, left shoulder, big head right there, right shoulder, and we're probably coming down. So it's very likely. And look, a little double top on the 4-hour as well. So signals to me probably coming down a little bit further. So what areas would we be talking about? I have some horizontal lines. I don't want that one. Was it that one? No, it wasn't. Was it that one? Wasn't even that one, mate. Wasn't even that one. Can't even see where they were. Okay, doesn't matter. That's why, because I had Fibonacci. Let me do that. Doesn't matter. So the areas right here, which we could see, obviously area of support. You can pretty much see it. It's pretty simple. Right there, previous area of resistance. So preferably holding above that $46 level is what you'd like to see. I would be happy if silver in Australian dollars went anywhere down to, in Aussie dollars, anywhere down to about there. And I'd say that about $44.70. And I'd say we're still looking okay. It doesn't look like we're going to see much, much, much lower prices. But I'd want to see them hold preferably above here, about 46 Australian, and really preferably no lower than that $44.70 area. Lower than that, I'm saying, uh-oh, probably heading down. Excuse me. So just take that into account. But what I want to show you is on the monthly time frame. I mentioned this in the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum about the next major level for silver in Australian dollars. Again, we're talking about Australian dollars, then we'll go to gold in USD. We'll talk about probably silver in USD very quickly as well. But right here, going all the way back to 2006, there's the peak, 46 something dollars, the new all-time high. Right here, relative strength index, we've got room to move on the monthly time frame, so you can easily get into this kind of extremely overbought on the monthly time frame, so we've got room to move higher. The next major piece of resistance that I mentioned, and I've mentioned it before, I had it drawn in for a while, which is 75 Australian dollars. What's that based on? It's based on that's the Australian equivalent of 50 USD with current exchange rates. So when silver breaks and hits 50 US dollars, that'll be around the $75 Australian mark, give or take a little bit in case we don't know what the Australian dollar is floating against the US dollar. It changes every day, pretty much. Hope you understand that. But there is a level that I mentioned that we do need to watch out for, and it's a Fibonacci level. Now, I do find Fibonacci to be very predictive for gold and silver on the USD prices, because USD is the world's reserve currency and it's the spot price that everyone kind of, uses. And Fibonacci doesn't always work for international currencies or currencies other than USD because they float against the USD. Hope that makes sense. But let's just take a look. I'll keep it there because sometimes it can be a little bit predictive. So let me just show you this high from 2011 and the low down here of 2015. And you can actually see on the Australian dollar currency right here, silver in Australian dollars, you can actually see how it has actually been somewhat predictive even in Australian dollars, even when that's floating against the USD. So you've got this high and this low. Then after that, gee, what do you know? It came back up to test exact resistance at $28.13 Australian cents, roughly. And you can see it's just been trading in that range. Another couple of areas of resistance hanging around that 0.382 Fibonacci level. It's so interesting, isn't it? The reason why it's predictive is probably just, I think it's mass psychology. So it's just, as I've said before, if enough people believe that a particular indicator, and many people do believe that Fibonacci is quite predictive, if enough people believe it, then they place their trades accordingly, and then that actually is what propels the price to there. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But it could be a bunch of other reasons. It could be, if you believe in silver is being manipulated, and some people believe that all the world's assets, the stock market, it's all manipulated with computer programs and algorithms and all that. Could very well be. I don't know. Don't have evidence for it. But they have to be basing it on something, don't they? So even if everything is manipulated, they have to have rules, particularly if it's auto done. It's not someone just clicking buy and sell every single second of the market's open. It must be some kind of algorithm, right? What would they basing it on? They'd be basing it on some kind of rules. Could it be Fibonacci is one of the major rules that they base it on? That could be why it's also predictive. I don't know, but that's just something to think about. But right here you can see we came up to the 0.786 right there at your $39, $40 mark. And then we just kind of hovered around, not as predictive around here, but this is the area I want you to have a look at. This is why I'm mentioning it. The area in between the where we are now, $48, and that $75 mark, it's right here at $64. It's the 1.618 Fibonacci level. So am I saying it's going to peak there? No, I just want you to keep it in the back of your mind. So I'm going to call that 1.618 fib, 1.618 fib. I'll do Fibonacci because the gentleman, I think I've forgotten who it was wanting to know how to spell it. Right there. 1.618 Fibonacci at 64 Australian dollars. So just bear that in mind. Am I saying it's going there? No. could be just a little interesting level for silver in Australian dollars before we go to the the new all-time highs in silver in USD, and then we get to that $75 level. From there, let's blue skies think just for a second, just out of interest. This is again the Australian dollar price. I have a 100 Australian dollars. That's just marked there because when that happens eventually, which it will, we get into triple digits in Australian dollars, we're going to have a huge party. So I'm just marking that level. One of the big levels also I have here is 120 Australian dollars. That is based on the $75 US dollar price. Again, that's with current exchange rates. That could change a little bit. So those are the levels. Look at 64, potentially 75, 100, and 120 for potential major resistance levels for silver in Australian dollars. Fibonacci, I'll quickly talk about that. I'll do an actual proper little video series maybe, or a whole thing about Fibonacci. Fibonacci, and I think I might be spelling that incorrectly, very famous Italian mathematician going back hundreds of years now, is the person that figured out, and let me just share the screen here so you can see. So that was silver in AUD. Fibonacci is he's Italian, he's very Italian because he's from Italy, a very famous Italian mathematician many hundreds of years ago, who figured out the sequence of, it's called the Fibonacci sequence. And if you go to 1 plus 1, oh God, I've got to show this on screen. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 3 plus 5 equals 8. 5 plus 8, and it's this sequence, and it just runs, perfectly. The previous number plus the next number equals that thing. So if you do it yourself, you can easily see it. And it goes, obviously, ad infinitum, infinity. And then Fibonacci sequence is a whole bunch of different calculations, but it just seems to be quite predictive. Again, whether it's a self-fulfilling prophecy or whether it's an actual trading algorithm that the big algorithms use, if it's manipulated and they use that as code, who knows? But for some reason, it seems quite predictive. Not always, but big, over long periods, it really does seem to be that way. So that is silver in Australian dollars. I will go to some other comments soon, but let's go back to share the screen. And we'll quickly look at silver in USD. Then we're going to do gold's new all-time high in Australian dollars, in US dollars. And we'll take a look at platinum. And then I'll show you some awesome show and tell from a subscriber who sent it in. And then we'll do a final synchronized slurp and some comments, and we'll get the hell out of here. It is good morning, stackers. Silver in US dollars right now, $31.83 US cents in the last couple of, less than the last few hours since the, where are we? There we go, right there. Since the show ended yesterday morning, we saw that level. Here we go. So I had been talking about, hadn't I? We are already at this level right here. We're around about the $31.50, $31.70 mark yesterday, and I was talking about this level here. Of course, the final hurdle of 31 US dollars. It was a key Fibonacci level, and I've been saying it's been great to see it over $31. It's almost 100% confirmed for me. I just want to see $31 close for one of the months, preferably the month of May. If it doesn't happen until June, so that's fine. But when it starts closing the month over $31 any month, then I'm going to say 100% bull market. I'm 99% there, but 100% there. But it's great to see that we're holding above it at the moment. And of course, I did say yesterday, it's very obvious that $31 could be an area of support. We've seen it as support overnight. So a very clear spike down, like bang on it right there. Look at that. That's that Fibonacci level. If I move this final hurdle, yep, see that? That's the Fibonacci level right there. Very key Fibonacci level from a very old high and old low. We're talking the old highs of $50 in 1980 and the old lows of $3.50 in the 1990s. And this is a Fibonacci level based on that. So that's why it was a very key level for me. And we've held it as support so far. A couple of things to note though. However, it is looking a bit toppy, just like it is in Australian dollars. Obviously, this is the 4-hour time frame. Same thing, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, potentially. Look, a move down back, at least down to around this area, and I'm going to put it back down to maybe, around about here, around the 50 to 55 mark on the relative strength index on the 4-hour time frame. Wouldn't be surprising. You would very easily, would see that drop down below the 31. Don't panic if it does, but I would like to see the support level no lower than, preferably, this area here of $29.80 US cents. A bounce off here, because that's previous resistance, par for course. You tend to, when you have a major area of resistance and you then break through it, you tend to actually revisit it. Doesn't always happen, but more often times than not, you tend to revisit it. So down here, don't panic. Here would be lovely, a bounce off here and continue above, but down here, that's fine. So just watch though for $29.80 US cents. Closing a week, or particularly closing a month, below $29.80 would say, ooh, that's not great. So we could, that might potentially signal a top in silver for a little bit, which is not there yet. And look at the daily time frame, same as the Australian dollar. We've had that spike, and then it just says to me, yeah, quite likely we're at least coming down for a couple of days. Happy to be wrong, and probably could be. But just watch out for that $29.80 level. That is silver in US dollars. Now, gold in USD, new all-time highs. Congratulations to everyone. Gold, congratulations to you Yanks out there. Gold in US dollars made a new all-time high overnight. Congratulations. So 2,450, where are we? 2,450 US dollars. That's just amazing. So congrats to everyone. I am going to say, do watch out here. Am I saying it's going right down and down, down, down? No, but again, just like silver, just watch it. We're a little bit peaky at the moment, not on the daily, but look at the 4 hour. Okay, so we've had that peak right here. We didn't hit the top of this level right here of 2,470, which I thought we might. We got close enough, but I'd say that was so far a wrong call. But I'm still thinking that 2,470 is a level of resistance, because once again, it was a key Fibonacci level for me. But on the 4 hourly time frame, we've had that peak, and looks like we may be heading down a little bit further. Watch that support level, which I have mentioned here at that 58 level. I'd like to see it bounce here and then continue up. I'm not so sure. It's just looking a little peaky at the moment. Peaky blinders. We are trending up on the relative strength index, but we've spent a huge amount of time on the daily time frame in extremely overbought, and then we had it right here as well. So it's like a double top on the relative strength index on the daily time frame. We've come back down, but around here is when you can have the dead cat bounce on the relative strength index right there. So you could see a move up to this line of 70 and then a tick over. So am I saying it's doing that? No, again, it's just it's a possibility. Okay, so just don't be surprised if we see some downward movement in the next few days or week or so. What are the levels I want to see hold? As I've said previously, a Fibonacci level right here, final hurdle for new all-time highs. And that was correct. So this was my final hurdle for new all-time highs. We broke through it. We held above it on the daily time frame, and lo and behold, we posted a new all-time high yesterday. So that's happened. That cycle, that little thing has happened. Final hurdle for new all-time highs, and we've made a new all-time high. From here, though, I would like to see it hold 2,400 USD. Breaking 2,400 USD down to here, this trend line, we've talked about it before, it's somewhere between 2,350 and wherever it hits this downtrend line right here. Could be as low as 2,330, but I would suggest 2,350. As you can see, a level of support right here. I'd want to see that hold and then just slowly creep up, test 2,400 as resistance, and then back up she goes. Just bear in mind, it's just looking a little peaky at the moment. Happy to be wrong, because it'd be great for everyone. On the weekly time frame, this setup for me, unless we see a move in the next, so we're Tuesday, unless we see a move today or tomorrow, it could set up the week being a red week. This little thing here worries me, this peak here and the quick move back up in this little spike, but it's only Tuesday, so we've got lots of room to move. On the weekly time frame, right here, we've already experienced extremely overbought on the weekly time frame. But look, you can certainly come back and, have a double top on the weekly. As I've said previously, you don't tend, once you get into extremely overbought, you don't tend to come back and test a higher point right there. So what's the relative strength index on the weekly time frame? It's just be careful around now. That's all I'm going to say. Definitely not saying it's tanking from here. Just be a little bit cautious. We just want to hold that 2,400 US dollar level, preferably. Looking a little peaky right there. So that's all I'm going to say for that. Yeah, look, higher prices for gold. Yep, just watch the 2470. Above that, we will do some more analysis and we'll do not yet. So that is gold on USD. Australian dollars out of interest. Not new all-time highs for gold. We posted all-time high in gold in Australian dollars back in, that's April, so 20th of April roughly, last month. That's when we came up to 3,700, almost 3,800 Australian dollars per ounce, but not close to there just yet. I will keep the support level on Australian dollars, 3,300 right there. That was a key Fibonacci, so I'll keep that as a support level. I'll get rid of that. That's not support level anymore. I'll do that, and I'll do that, and I'll do that, and I'll do that. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Really appreciate it. This is Good Morning Stackers Live. Support level right there of 3,300 Australian USD. So that's gold, that's silver. Let's go to platinum, quickly platinum, and then we will do some viewer comments. And then I'll show you some awesome show and tell that a subscriber sent in. Here is platinum in USD, 1,044 US dollars. We had that peak up to we've peaked, let's see, we had that move yesterday. We had that move all the way up to almost $1,100, 1,095. Platinum is still flirting with me. I'm still in the excited zone. To all the new subscribers, the nearly 20-something subscribers overnight, welcome. I said I'll start to get excited when platinum breaks over this downtrend line. That's when I start getting excited. But I really need to see that hold as support right here. I need to see about 1,040 hold as support, this downtrend line. Breaking through here, it's just kind of par for course. Platinum doing its platinum thing where it flirts with you and then, leaves you in the dust with the check, with the bill. So I would then need to see breaking down through here. 990 is the next one, this downtrend line, and I won't be excited anymore. Still excited because we're above here, so I'll remain excited for now, but I won't be getting massively excited in the pants region until we break this and head for the 1,115, which is my final hurdle. Been talking about it for a long time, blah, 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 blah. Final hurdle tells me closing above that on the monthly time frame, we're 100% in a bull market for platinum, and then higher prices to go. And we'll talk about that when we get there. That's it for platinum. It's just in this little range. Still a tiny bit excited. The only thing I would say is, look, on the daily time frame, we've already gone into extremely overbought, and we're already back down. I want to see a support level on the RSI down here at this level of 60. That's all I want to see. So really, it's got to hold that 990. If it doesn't hold 990, it's like, we're back in this giant range that we've been in since 2008. No, so not since 2008, since March of 2020, since the what happened right there. So then we'd be back in that range, and then bets are off until it proves otherwise. We've got some lower prices here, 750 here, 840, 750, a big purple box range all the way down here at 560 to 400. We're nowhere near that. We're in excited territory, but just just showing you those levels for all the new subscribers. That is platinum. We've done gold, silver, platinum. We'll do some comments. Get your system audio muted. Okay, that's fine. System audio. Oh, that's why the boom, boom, boom didn't work, because I have the system audio muted. Maybe that's why. Right there. Okay, sound effects should work. So, synchronized slurp, and then we'll do some awesome show and tell sent in from a viewer. Here we go. Grab your tasty beverage in 3, 2. Quick shout outs. And then here we go. Maybe it's just me. I've noticed that yep. Okay. Pete Repeat says, "Want to make a bet, Joe?" I don't remember what that bet was on, but that's okay. I'm not making any more bets. I'm going to lose too much silver. Greg C, GMS. G'day, Greg Ray, GMS, and Arthur. Great to see you, Arthur. Good morning, legends. Yes, fantastic to see you all. All right, let's do some show and tell. This is some awesome show and tell sent in from another YouTube channel, actually, a YouTube channel by the name of just Silver Coin. Silver Coin has around about 1,000 and 1,200 subscribers. I think it's had the channel for quite a while. And they didn't send it in to me physically. It is a virtual show and tell, but I'll show you right now. So Silver Coin sent me this. I have to share the screen once again. And they sent me this message. Well, I'll show you the picture first, and then I'll show you the message that they sent along. I think it's very, very cool. So here we go. Look at this. So they'll show you this one. We'll do this side first. There we go. Now, first off, I'll get the viewers. What is it? What is it, viewers? Before I tell you what it is, what is it? Does anyone know? Any of the viewers know? Post a comment below right now in the live chat. I'll show you this side and I'll show you that side. Come on, some of you will already have an idea of what it is. You might be in the general ballpark. Once again, I'll show you the reverse, which is this side right here. What do we got on the left hand? 1952. Well, it says South Africa. £1 down the bottom right there. And then on the other side, a particular effigy of who might that be? Well, we'll have a guess. So any guesses? We'll just go back to here. Has anyone mentioned it? Let's see. No one's mentioned it, so that's okay. You just want to see what's going on. So let's show Silver Coins. Quick email. G'day, Joe. It's Silver Coin on YouTube. Got a piece of gold I'd like to share. See if you're okay with putting it up on the next week's show for show and tell. Happy to do so. It's a 1952 KGVI, King George VI, South Africa £1 gold coin. So it's a 1952 King George VI South African £1 gold coin, which was struck to the same specifications as the gold sovereign. Great, so same weight, same purity, everything else. South African mints did strike gold sovereigns in the late 20s and 30s and also minted other coins such as the Pond, and the 2 Rand, that were the same specifications as the sovereign, same weight, same purity, blah, blah. But only this particular year had King George VI on it. I had never seen that before. That's one of the awesome bits of, the reasons why this is a great show and tell. The real deal, and I'll show you again. So it's the only year that they showed King George VI there, right there. So, and you can see 1952, South Africa, and the £1 right there. Of course, the Springbok, of course, as we're all aware of seeing on South African coins. Of course, the Krugerrands in particular. And it says right here, the real deal gold sovereigns with King George VI were struck, the real deal ones were struck in 1937. Oh, okay, so, but are pretty rare and command a hefty premium. This particular coin, look at this, this particular coin in proof had a mintage of 12,000 and the uncirculated version, if I can see that, says, I believe, have the proof, the uncirculated version, 4,508. He says, I believe I have the proof coin here. It's what I dub the poor man's King George VI sovereign. Okay, so that is an awesome piece of show and tell right there. King George sovereign from 1952, the £1 gold coin. It's the only particular year that had King George VI on it, although the real deal ones, he said there were King George VI in 1937, but very, very rare. Hefty premium. So look at that, just beautiful. Get rid of that, people. So thank you for sending in that amazing piece of show and tell, Silver Coin. If I had, and I should have done it, I should have gotten your YouTube channel up, but I didn't because I am really, that sucks. Sorry, I should have gotten that up. It might be a bit difficult for me to do it now because I don't, in case, drop downs and stuff like that, giving away personal information. So I probably don't want to do that. I should have loaded it up beforehand. But Silver Coin, if you just, I guess if you type in, so thank you for that. I guess if you type in YouTube, in one of the home pages, Silver Coin, and then do refine the search by YouTube channel, you might see it. It's the one, it's got about 1.2 thousand subscribers. So hit the big red subscribe button for Silver Coin, and also like, share, and subscribe to Good Morning Stackers. Here we go. A few comments here. Oh, excellent. Wolf Webb Krugerrand. Pete, King George, very good. Pete Repeat. Krugers were in the 1980s. That's right. Yes. Oh, Krugers were 1967, from 1967. Yes, they were. Hello, everyone. Another good day. It is another good day, Buy Stocks. If you weren't on yesterday's show, just so you know, Buy Stocks is a new subscriber and a new live show watcher. Buy Stocks, get this, and we'll end this show in a couple of minutes. But Buy Stocks right there is an old school stacker, someone who sold silver in the 80s to the Hunt brothers, because Buy Stocks, the Hunt brothers store is 20 minutes from where he lives still to this day. So in the 80s, he was selling silver to the Hunt brothers when the Hunt brothers were buying all the silver and, brought it up to, that level, and for some years after as well. And apparently, so Buy Stock says they still have the store. There's a Hunt brothers. Whether or not, I don't know if it's owned by them or whether it's their family or whether it's just the new people are trading off the name, but you'd probably know more than that, Buy Stocks. But good to see you on the channel. If there are no more further comments, I think we're going to end this one. It's been a great day. Silver making new all-time highs in Australian dollars. Gold making new all-time highs in US dollars. And we showed some awesome show and tell. And finally, we will do the last synchronized slip, and you can get on with your day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please share this around with anyone who you think is into the stacking thing. Of course, everybody's people watching on Reddit as well. Welcome to all those people. So hit the big red subscribe button. 236 subscribers in only the 5th week of the show. Kicking goals. You know why? Because it's about this community, and you guys are so good at talking amongst each other. We've got this great little community that we're building. So join the GMS family, the Good Morning Stackers family, because we are the winning team. 236 subscribers in 5 weeks. That's as much winning as you can possibly be winning. So we're going to continue winning all this year and all into the next years as silver ramps up and precious metals do what they do. So join the club, join the family early, so you can say you were one of the first 1,000. And when we get to 1,000, we'll have a big party, and you can proudly say that you were one of the first 1,000 subscribers to Good Morning Stackers. All right. Synchronized slurp in 3, 2. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Enjoy your work day, whatever it is that you're doing. Enjoy your tasty beverage, whatever that is. Take care. Stay safe. Stay informed. Keep stacking, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.